This is a screencast, the Camtasia screencast for exercise A03, Module 1, COP2510 Programming Concept course. We are going to take it once again where we left it. Exercise A01 to A04 actually are all following the same exercise. So in exercise A03, we are trying to illustrate how we can actually use expressions in the display statement of the Raptor flowchart interpreter to display strings which result of the concatenation of several strings, including maybe strings contained in variables. So here's what we need to do here. The point of this exercise is to replace the output statement that we used in exercise A02, one of the two output statements, actually, by an output expression statement, to try to do everything in one single shot instead of, as we did previously, use actually two output statements to get the job done. So let's move to our code. This is a code of exercise A02, Raptor flowchart. I'm going to save as, and I'm going to go to the desktop and call it A03. And I'm going to start with this. So the idea is I'm still reading the name. I'm still assigning an arbitrary name to the variable name, but instead of doing two put one after the other, I'm going to try to open this with a double click. Here we go. Instead of doing two put statement, two display output statement, one after the other, I'm going to try to combine them into one single output statement. So this illustrates one of Raptor's specific syntax, if you will. What I'm doing is I'm switching to the output expression mode. I'm putting double quote around my string, and I'm going to use a syntax that is illustrated right here, over, and I'm going to say that I want to display the string A02, concatenated to, this is what the plus operator has as meaning in this context, the content of the variable name. This should explain to you, if you still had a doubt or were not sure why the double quotes are needed or when they are needed, etc. This should explain it to you. Observe what's going on here. What do we want to display on the string? Well, we want to display the text hello to followed by a space. So I put it in double quotes. This is a string literal. Then what is plus? Plus is not something I want to display on the screen. Plus is an operator. It's not the arithmetic operator that works on integers or floating point number. It's the operator which works on strings. To the left is a string, literal. To the right is a variable which contains a string. What the plus operator will do is, once we evaluate this expression, once we compute it, we are going to take this string, concatenate it to this string. The result is the string hello2 space followed by whatever is in the variable name, that is the name Delson. So this is what the output on the screen will be. I'm going to end the current line so that I display all of this, and then I go to the next line. Done. I'm going to remove this output statement because I don't need it anymore. Everything is done in a single, well, little glitch here, everything is done in a single put statement, output statement. Let's try to run this code. Start, variable, display on the screen. We are done. This is what was displayed. I recommend, and you can see exactly here what the problem is. I recommend that after a couple of times you have been using this console. Okay, you can look in the menu here for like option to make it a little bigger, a little more readable, but you can also clear it by clicking on this button. So that means that when you run your program, you will have a clear screen and you will see exactly what your program displays instead of having to wonder if it's the last display that you see or maybe a previous display. Here's what we get. This is exactly what we wanted. We did it in one single statement. So the main thing to learn here is expression, how they worked. And this is something that is rather general, so I'm going to go beyond the boundaries of this exercise for a minute, okay? And I'm going to illustrate another type of expression, which involves integers. So I'm going to close this. So this, once again, this was not asked of you in the exercise, but I'm going to open a parenthesis and go a little further to teach you how to use expression in general using Raptor. So let's say I want to display the result of an addition. There we go, 23 plus 7. When I run my program, end result, you can see that the value was first computed, 30, that's 23 plus 7, then displayed on the screen, just like we did with the string. So you have to get familiar with a couple of things here. You have to get familiar with the fact that there are operations on integers involving, plus, minus, divided, etc. There are also a smaller set of operations allowed on strings. So the one we covered so far is only the concatenation, using the plus sign as an operator to concatenate two strings. You can use literal value. Let me make this a little more readable, maybe. You can use literal value. You can use variable containing values. Okay, both of these can go inside of expressions. And I think we are pretty much done with this exercise.